As you would imagine, neighbors are telling me they have many emotions right now. They're overwhelmed, still trying to process all of this. They also say that they're angry. They don't know why somebody would fire into a crowd and put so many innocent lives at danger, even if they were trying to target somebody there. They just can't believe that something like this would happen. The sustained winds here in Old Saybrook are so strong now it's almost hard to stand here. You can see the water gushing over the fence here behind me at Saybrook Point. The waves are just crashing onto this parking lot now, absolutely flooding it here. You can see just beyond the parking lot where the flooding is, that is the Dock and Dine restaurant. It is impossible to get to the Dock and Dine restaurant right now because of the amount of water here. And again, you don't have to get the whole roof here, just about the bottom 2 or 3 feet. I'm doing a little bit of help here and gonna get some of the edges here along that. Again, you just got to get down and make sure the sun can get through and start to melt some of that down there. Now, once you start to have those icicles and those ice dams like we're looking like up there, you can go up and put some calcium chloride right on top. And to help out, you can get a nice long sock like this, fill that with the calcium chloride, and then set it down on top. If it's too high and your ladder can't reach up, you can just throw the sock up there, hope that it lands in the right spot. It should at least help out. Of course, all this to keep the area around your home safe and make sure you're not dealing with any damage come springtime. We're live in Newington with the Mobile Newsroom. Kim Lucey, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. The sparklers are the ones that are legal here in Connecticut. Basically, these sparklers that we always use, and then the bigger ones that shoot pretty much straight up into the sky. That's what's legal here in Connecticut. But even with these, you have to be careful because the sparks that are coming off of here and also the metal that you see that's glowing as they're moving down the sparkler, well, those can reach temperatures of up to 1,200 degrees. That's right, Eric. It was from this spot I stood more than 2 years ago watching firefighters work. I'm putting out hot spots at St. Mary's Church here right behind me. And these stained glass windows that I'm looking at right here were all smashed. You could see right through to all the scaffolding set up inside. The church was being repainted at the time. And now, after months and months of work, church leaders are telling me the end result now is better than they ever could have imagined.
It has been quite the journey.
Donna Morawski still remembers exactly where she was on May 16, 2013, when she got the call her church was on fire.
As we drove into the town and seeing the people that were just surrounding and crying and tears and gasping and just disbelief. How could this happen? How could this be?
Oh my Jesus.
14 fire departments responded. Donna says some crossing themselves before smashing through the stained glass windows to get inside. When the flames were finally out, St. Mary's still stood, but devastated inside. Even the steel inside a column holding up the roof warped from the heat. But one spot in the midst of it all stood unscathed.
It remained intact. It remained undamaged, as did the tabernacle with the Blessed Sacrament. That's a miracle.
Parishioners thought they needed a miracle just to be allowed to rebuild, but Bishop Michael Cody okayed the insurance funds. Over the past 25 months, they've worked tirelessly, all to make it to this weekend's rededication.
And all of those contractors and firefighters will be honored at that rededication mass. It is set for 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Now, as for a cause for that fire, as I mentioned, the scaffolding was set up, the repainting was going on, but to this point, fire investigators have still not determined exactly what started those flames. We're live in Willimantic with the Mobile Newsroom. Kim Lucey, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
I heard 2 to 3. I was outside in my yard.
From streets away, this Willimantic resident could hear the shots ringing out this morning, soon finding out they were fired on Tunxus Lane at the house right next door to her mother.
But I guess she was outside when the shooting occurred, and my brother got her in the house. I told her to get in the basement with the cement walls and stuff.
Police say after he hit the officer in the arm, Andrew Samuelis took off, moving through woods and neighborhoods and ending up here on Route 32. We had just arrived at that point and stopped to get video of police officers shutting down the road. Unfortunately, when her camera turned, Samuelis was standing just yards away. You can see the 34-year-old wearing a tan vest, camouflage pants, and something smeared on his face. He's obviously distraught, first holding a handgun to his head and then exchanging fire with police. Neighbors could hear the gunfire, telling their families to hit the floor as this canine officer chased Samuelis behind the houses. Once word spread he was in custody, it was hard for this father of 3 to hide his relief.
Yeah, I'm just really...
same way you are.
Really thankful that that man didn't come in our backyard.
Yeah, scary moments for all of us today. And I was told that K-9 officer you just saw there, he was the one to actually end up apprehending the suspect. We don't know the relationship yet between Sam Wallace and the man found dead in the house here up the road where you're looking at the state police crime van at this point. However, neighbors are telling us that they do believe that they know who that man is, and they had not seen him for quite some time. They'd actually called out a welfare check here to that house before. Now, Sam Wallace is expected to be in court tomorrow. He's being held on $1 million bond. He is not being charged with murder at this point, but state police say they do expect more charges to be following. We are on your side in Willimantic. Kim Lucey, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
It's a beautiful thing that people get it, to get that wonderful, kind, compassionate little boy that was our Daniel.
Reaching out to the lonely, being kind, having compassion, and living each day to the fullest. Mark and Jackie Barton say that's what their youngest son Daniel did during his 7 years on Earth.
So can I count on you?
They've been touched by the hundreds of thousands promising to do the same on the What Would Daniel Do Facebook page.
It's really based on kindness and awareness of others.
They're starting a foundation to find and support programs based on those concepts of caring. Mark is already able to do some of that work through his job at the Sandy Hook Promise.
We have a program, No Child Eats Alone, that addresses that very concept that Daniel used to do on his own, organically. You know, if he would see somebody sitting alone, he would ask to go see if they were okay.
If you see someone alone.
Now Daniel's message soars in song. Counting on You was written by Jason Bankser and Amber Shaper.
Well, I wanted to do something in Daniel's memory because I feel like it's always in the back of their memories, but not everyone is thinking about it as much as they should and how they should make a difference.
Amber grew up with Daniel and this past year decided to put together a concert in his honor, singing that original song for the first time and raising money for his foundation.
He was treating people better than some people that are so much older than him and should be more responsible are today, and that's why I think people should remember him and kind of take what he was and put it into their own lives and kind of smile and open doors and hold them for people and everything.
The ninth grader has learned a few things from the musician she calls Uncle Mark, and the Bardens can't thank her enough.
Just the fact that she put so much of herself and so much of her heart and soul into this to honor her little friend, it was just beautiful and very touching.
Calling the past 2 years tough would be an understatement, but by caring for their other two kids, Natalie and James, getting back to work, engaging their extensive support system, and focusing on Daniel's foundation, Mark and Jackie are making it through, day by day.
It's like we can't have our Daniel anymore, but I really feel like we have his spirit and we can share his spirit.
Let's get started.
Kim Lucey, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.